Good morning, epic community, back in my rainbow jumper. It's where I manifest all my miracles from, in this rainbow jumper. Listen, I want to chat to so many of you in this community. We have been inundated with people booking breakthrough calls right now, and honestly, they are like carbon copy applications, which is why I want to come on and speak to you. So many precious souls are saying, you know, Lucy, I have never experienced a soulmate connection. I have never ever experienced a relationship where I have felt like the priority. The theme here is that they're saying, especially like this week, you know, no matter what I do or how much I give, it's never reciprocated. I always feel like I'm chasing the guy. Like it starts off maybe first 2 dates where they feel really cool and they feel like, yay, this guy's into me. And then it flips where suddenly you're starting to get needy, you're starting to get clingy, you're starting to feel these abandonment wounds come up, and it puts you into this fight or flight where you then flip into, oh my God, I better give more, I'd better be more available. Maybe I'll, you know, jump into bed sooner than I would have liked because I want him to like me, I want him to be interested. And you really overstep your own boundaries and what feels good for you, where you're just trying to dance to the beat of whichever the guy you're with, to his drum, and it doesn't feel good. It feels like you're betraying yourself, because you are. God, I've been there, and it makes me feel tight in the chest just remembering how I used to show up as well. It's so disempowering when we put the guy on a pedestal, when we feel unworthy, when we feel like we've got to do whatever we need to do to keep the guy. And actually what it's doing is, as you can see in your life, it's having you lose the guy really fast. Now, this conversation is not about those guys because, you know, they're not meant for you. But what this is showing you with a major magnifying glass is you're just in the wrong dynamic. You're in the wrong paradigm. You're operating out of, you know, very unhealthy belief systems. And your self-worth is definitely on another galaxy right now. It's not embodied. You are amazing, right? I know that. You're in my community. You're amazing. And you can totally have a soulmate relationship. You are lovable. You are soulmate material. Really, really take that in. You are soulmate material. Every single person on this planet, it is their birthright to have a soulmate relationship. That is my firm belief, right? There is a sock for every shoe. So that's not the issue, that there's no shortage of men, you're not too old, you're not too fat, you're not too anything. Because people aren't going to be with you because of the money that you earn or because of the car that you drive, or, you know, that's all superficial shit. And yes, there are relationships where people are with each other for those superficial things, but that's not the community that I'm standing for right now. I'm here to get women into their hearts and to deal with their shit, right? Not putting too fine a point on it, to deal with their shit. Their abandonment wounds, their not enoughness, their victimhood, their fear of love, their fear of relationships. Because the thing is, darling one, is that all that's going on here is that for so long now, love hasn't felt safe for you. It just doesn't feel safe. You've grown up either with parents fighting, or maybe they weren't fighting, but they weren't actually connecting, and your little girl inside at a very young age could feel that. You know, there are so many different dynamics that you grew up in. Partly some of those memories for you probably even blocked because they were so painful, where your little girl inside was not getting her needs met. And so you don't actually view love as safe at all. So you've actually built up all this armor, all this protection to do anything but feel connected to your heart, to do anything but, throwing my dog a ball, go Stevie, but let love in, because it's been far more important for you, talking with my dog thrower again, to be safe, to avoid love, to avoid rejection, to avoid getting hurt, to avoid putting yourself out there and be vulnerable. Because deep down at a cellular level, you're like, fuck no, I am not doing that. I've done that before and it didn't end well. And so you keep reflecting back into your past for your references about whether you're good at love or not, and you're like, just not good at it. It never works out for me. It's not safe. Can you see where this is going? So this is just, you're caught on this real downward spiral energy and beliefs and associations when it comes to love. And that's what we need to heal. But I want you to feel excited by this, because you actually are a lot more ready to receive love than you think. Just because you haven't ever experienced this soulmate kind of love or ever had a successful relationship doesn't mean that you're not good at relationships. Really take this in, because this is like a penny drop aha moment for you, where I want you to feel in your bones the truth of this conversation. Because for so long, I truly was in that story of, I'm just not good at this. I wasn't modeled it either. You know, losing my dad at a young age, and then there was other, like, he was married before. There's just all this drama and around the energy of love. So my little girl was building not just walls, but battalions and armies to keep me safe. Until this was impacting me, not just as a little 8-year-old, but all the way through to my 30s and then to my mid-30s. And then I was like suffocated by this reality. And I was just like, this is not how the next 30 years is going to go for me. Like, no. That was the moment where I did not accept for one more day that current reality. I was like, this just is not my destiny. I'm living inside of this fucking shit show, but this is not close to what I'm here to do on this planet. I was like, no, there's got to be a way for me to get out of this. And there was. And then when I was in that readiness, that willingness to do whatever it was going to take, of course, I found the right support, and the rest is history. But it was not a walk in the park. It didn't just happen overnight. It happened with me having space held for me. And that's what I want you to know, is that there is a solution here for you. And when you get the right support, the loving support, where you feel seen and understood for the very first time, and you feel emotionally supported, that's when you're going to open up these walls. And this is when you're going to open up your heart and get honest about what this has been costing you, but also to start leaning into, oh my God, like, there is possibilities for me. Like, there is another way. And that's when your heart's going to start to soften, and you're going to start to feel that expansive energy, and you're going to start to see yourself in a very different way. And that is the beginning of the rest of your life. Just by putting yourself on a new trajectory, miracles show up. You know, you start to build a new belief system. You start to build a new identity of a woman who is going to attract in her soulmate, who is going to live on purpose, who is going to have healthy relationships, not just with men, but, you know, friendships with your family. Like, oh my goodness, it's so much more than a soulmate relationship, what I'm talking about right now. So, do not keep beating the drum that you're not good at relationships, or that you've given up, or that, you know, you're just like, this is just a hopeless affair. Like, it's just never going to happen for me. No, get the support right now so you can eject out of missing out and just go, fuck it. What if 2021 is going to actually be my best year? It's not going to just be your best year because you say so. It's going to be your best year if you get the right support and truly do what it's going to take. It takes action to change. We've got to actually make decisions, and then we've got to follow through, and then you'll look back and go, oh my God, I can't believe I waited so long to get the support. And you'll wish you did it a long time ago. So I am rooting for you. I see you. I believe in you. I'm really holding the vision for so many of you to jump right now, to say, fuck it. I'm gonna do whatever it takes. I'm gonna experience the most amazing, delicious, juicy love in this lifetime, and no one's gonna stop me. And just by even saying those words out loud, you're going to feel a shift deep down in your ovaries, right? Even just a glimpse of what's possible for you. Just use that. And then book a call with us, and let's see if we can help you. And if we can, we'll certainly show you what that looks like. And if we don't feel that, you know, we're a fit, then we'll steer you to something that is, all right? So, rooting for you, celebrating you in advance for being courageous and putting yourself first, and getting into action as we approach 2021. I want you set up for success, all right? That's my intention for so many of you in here, is for you to step up and to grab the baton of your life and say, fuck it. I am going to get what I want in this lifetime. I'm going to get on the dream highway,